Okay, the first thing you want to do when you receive your camera is to install the micro SD card into the little slot in the base of the camera underneath where it says TF card. So something like a PZ0 bit, which is a posi drive bit, a small one, or perhaps a Philips one you'll get away with. Okay, the screw will fall out if you're not careful, so let's put that there. Now the card just goes in that little slot there, and it goes in basically facing the back of the camera, so the little contacts want to be facing the front. So that goes in that way. Push it until it clicks and stops in. Close the flap. Make sure that the seal is still in place and not moved. It's a waterproof seal. You screw back in and just nip that up. It doesn't need to be murdered, just nip it up. Okay, just check those other two screws are nipped up as well. Okay, so that's your memory card installed. Okay, put the aerial on the end. Okay, and then that's, so we're ready now to go through the setup on the app. Okay, so we got the camera connected to the power and to the router there, you can just see. So install the CamHi Pro app, and then when you come to open the app, obviously there's nothing in there. You would click Add Camera, IP Camera. It's a new device you need to add, so click New Device. Power is on. This has been on for about a minute, so that's fine. Power is on. The network cable is connected. And you can just see on there the last 5 digits are ADEEC, which is this top one. Okay, username and the password are default admin, so we'll leave that set as it is. Okay, it's asking for the Wi-Fi, name, which is LFP on mine. I'll just put the password in and blank this out, obviously. And then configure wireless and add devices. Okay, we'll just leave its, you can change the name of the camera to whatever you want there, but you can change this later. Confirm. So this is now saying online. So if I just put that down, click on that. Okay, you can see that that's working. You can change that to HD quality and the little preview cameras on its side. There you go. So I'll just unplug the Ethernet connection. Okay. So this is now saying connecting because we've lost the Ethernet cable. This is going to take a few seconds just to connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay, so we're connected. So you can click back in that. And then there you go, that's what we're looking at. So come back out of that, and then we go into the settings. So you would want to change the password as soon as you get this up and running. I won't do that at the minute. First thing you want to do is to format the SD card in SD card settings. I'll just take a moment. Okay, and settings again, and time settings, change that to, where are we? Europe, Dublin, and then daylight saving time zone. Saving time zone for device, click that. That'll reboot the camera. So this will just take a moment while the camera just needs to reboot with that information. So you will hear this click in a moment as it's resetting. Okay, so what else can we do? We go into the video settings. Now I generally leave this on 60 Hz. That allows you to go up to 30 frames per second, which is what I generally leave that set on. On the bitrate, I find that 4000 works fine for me. Put that one on maximum and 30. Okay. There's not really a lot else to mess around with in that. One thing to point out here, if you scroll down to the bottom where it says device information, if you click into that, you'll be able to find the IP address that this particular camera has been assigned. There it ends in 76, so you can use that information to log into the internet browser sort of access to the camera, but I'll go into that a little bit later. This is obviously this is where you can change the name of the camera in there. Just click that and then you can change that. But if you had more than one camera, they would be displayed in this window here. If you've had the camera on for a period of time, you will have recorded a number of videos. I think the default to about 10 minutes. Let's just have a look. SD card plan recording. Yeah, you can adjust the recording length. 600 seconds, that's 10 minutes. You can adjust that up to 15 minutes. Okay, so we'll move on to the next section and we'll take it from there. Okay, you can manage the cameras through the app pretty well. There's a few little bits that you can't do without going onto a web browser, so I'll just quickly show you how to do that. So if you go into the camera settings on the app, like I showed you, and you find the IP address for that camera, just type that into the address bar at the top. Mine has been remembered there. It's 192.168.1, and then the 164 part at the end is the kind of camera address. So just hit return on that and you'll come to this page. It may give you the request sort of pop-up box to type in your username and password, which is, if it's still set as default, it's admin and admin, but you should have changed your password to something memorable that nobody else can guess. So you come to this page. If the language for any particular reason on this page is in Chinese or what have you, that's the little drop down selection box top right there. This is now asking me for login details because I'm changing that, but let's just do that. So that's in Chinese. You can change that just clicking on English there, so it's back to that. Okay, you click on PC view and that's basically the camera at the front of my house, just overlooking the car there. Two options. If you come into this, you might need to allow Flash to play on your browser. So if you come to this and there's just a little sort of box there, just click on that, and you may need to just give it permission to just to allow Flash to run. If you come to this screen and the image is massive, just select the second stream on this little drop down box there. So that's really on the monitor side of things. You go into the settings and then you can change pretty much all the things you can in the app. The only thing I really use this web access for is just removing the on-screen display of better what the camera's called. So if you go into media and then OSD set, I'm assuming that's on-screen display. You click in that and then you can move around the timestamp. You can either turn the timestamp on or off, or you can move it around. By default it's top right, so I just leave that there. Camera name, I turn that off. You can you know, call that what you want, but basically whatever you type in this camera name here, that will be recorded onto the footage. So I've just turned that on and called the camera name front. So if we go back in the monitor, you'll see there at top left it says front. So if you had multiple cameras set up, I don't know whether you're using this for factory use or what, you would be able to identify which area the camera is covering, but that's not of any use to me, so I just leave that turned off. Okay, the image, if you go into the image, you can adjust certain parameters regarding the you know, the quality of the picture, the color, that sort of thing, to give you an idea. Brightness 54 is what it's set at there. If I turn that down, you'll see the picture change on there, so you can just hear the vehicles outside being picked up by the microphone, and that's, so I put that back to what it was, I think it was 53, 54. Okay, so that's fine. There's not really anything else you want to be messing with as such in there. If you do want to record at certain times rather than at all times, you can actually go into this schedule on there and you know, just select when you want the camera to run. But there's not too much else in there that you're going to need. So just a quick demo of how you actually get into the web sort of access there for the cameras, and it's obviously it's the same for each camera. You would just change the last 3 digits in the web address there as to which one your camera is, and just put in the admin and your password, and you should be good to go.